folks, welcome to another Boats and Bits. In this episode I'm going to cover this Icom radio that I got on Aliexpress, very cheap, 30 quid. I think these retail for about 150. Problem is it actually a real radio? So that's what we're going to find out in this episode. So I'm going to open up the box. It came the other day. First thing I noticed is it does actually come with an instruction manual, and interestingly it actually has this wee thing to say there's a hologram, so we'll see if there is actually a hologram on the radio. So what we also get is the actual radio. So far so good, it looks legit. As you can see, the radio is there. If you look in the back of it, you can actually see a Icom hologram. It does say that there's a way of checking it, so we'll do that later on. Antenna, the belt strap, I presume a charger, and a charger. So yeah, so we've got this charger, so it's a European one with micro USB. It says it's BC217, which if I look up online is micro USB, so far it matches. And also you get the wee strap. So it says Icom on the back. If we look at the box, it says accessories, says all that was in the box, so nothing to give away if it's fake or not yet. But we'll do some more digging. What we'll do next is test out the radio, make sure it actually works as a VHF radio. What I'll do is I'll plug in my other one, which I know works. So I have this tuned in. So what I'll do is I'll get the antenna on and come right back. Yeah, so all looks okay. So we've got lights, we've got the all the same buttons, so we can change between 16 and whatnot. Battery, volume, so you hit volume, or you can do squelch, so you sort of scan around with that button, hit up, which I presume is the same if it is fake or not. So they've obviously went a bit of work to copy it if they have made it fake. So let's just see now, does it work? So if we go to same channel, so what we'll do is make sure this isn't turned up too high like I had it earlier, and fasten it in. So we go like this. Test, 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 test. So you can hear it coming out the other radio. So it does actually work as a VHF radio. How well it works, that is will yet to be seen. I'll have to use it out in the boat. So the next thing is, does it float? So it works as a radio, but does it actually float? And if it floats, does it do the wee flashy thing? Because it does say, if I look here, flash, float and flash. So I would expect it, looking at YouTube videos, that it'll shine up nice and red. I don't see any LEDs. Maybe there's some there in the front of the thing. So let's go out to the bucket and see if we can get some light on the situation and show that working. It does float. Do not see much flashing. It has to be on. Yep, so it doesn't flash, so that tells me there's something not right. But everything else looks the same. If you look at the USB, I've looked on YouTube at other official videos and stuff, and there's the waterproof port, so you can kind of see it floats in there. It looks the same at the back, all seems the same construction. The menus look the same, the buttons look the same. It floats, but it obviously doesn't flash. So is it real or not? Can't tell just yet. What I'm going to do is open it up and see what's inside. So I've got my trusty screwdriver and I'm going to take this sucker apart. So it just looks like 6 crosshead screws. So let me take that apart and see what's inside. So we have it opened. Interestingly, first thing I spotted was there was actually wee O-rings on the screws. and then when I take it apart, there is a gasket, and the inside is dry. Now it had bobbed in there for not that long, but yeah, you'd still expect if it wasn't waterproof, you'd still see some sign of ingress. So they've obviously made some attempt to make it waterproof. What I did notice, and points to another elaborate, in this case fake, is the battery. It's advertised as a 1500 milliamp battery. However, whenever we open it up, there's a 2000 milliamp battery. But yeah, you can see inside there's not a lot going on there. It's just a circuit board, obviously. The buttons and thing and all the rest. So there's no writing or anything like that in the circuit board. So and I don't have a reference one. I'll have a look here on the internet and see if I can see a circuit board for an MC25 to see if this is fake or not. So I can't see any teardown videos or anything like that which show me the inside of the PCB. But yeah, I think I've got enough evidence. One thing I noticed, I don't know if I can take this off without losing bits. There's a wee sensor at the back. So it's like a wee silver thing, or a wee gold thing, sorry. And then in the inside it's just sealed, so it doesn't serve a purpose. I'd imagine on the real one that's probably where you get the water contact, so it actually sets off. I think the LED's in the bottom one, and not on this here. So that's really the only sign that it's fake, without taking it apart, is the flashing light. Everything else looks the same, works the same, works as a radio. So yeah, they've went to a lot of trouble to make a copy of this here. So the interesting thing will be to see how well it works on the boat. The problem for me is, as I've said, it's not really much use for my normal sailing. It'll be fine if I was sort of using it for channel 16 or something like that there, but for using it for racing and stuff like that there, just doesn't cut it. So we're kind of out of luck at that one. But yes, just have to put it all back together again now, and then I'll give a wee quick summary. So it, in my opinion, is a fake radio. The lack of floating flash, which does say in the box, and the battery being 2000 milliamp and coming advertised by Icom as 1500 milliamp would tell me that this isn't the real deal. However, it's bloody good copy. They've went to a lot of work to copy it. They've put down the details where things, even the case for that thing at the back, would lead me to believe possibly they've used some tooling from Icom or some of the plastic moldings or something. The fact that it's waterproof as well, most of the cheap stuff, they don't go to that bother, because it's a copy. They're not going to worry about waterproofing and stuff like that there. But yes, all the operating system and how it works all seems to be copied. So I don't know whether they've took the circuit designs and just copied them and dropped some of the functionality to save costs. Don't know. But for 30 quid, you've got a waterproof radio that works and floats. You just don't get the floating flash. Would I use it as my main radio? Probably not. Obviously, it being a fake, goodness knows what else they've cheaped out on, and how good the range is and things like that there. We'll maybe give it a try on the boat some of these weeks and see how I get on. But yeah, I think I'll stick to my Quan Cheng, which I did a review in the last one. Seems to be my favourite of the Chinese cheap radios that are programmable. The reason why I want that like that is I can program M1 and M2, which we use for racing, which is obviously great, because if we're that's the main use for something like this here, because it's just listening to the courses and any updates, things like that there. Certainly not really emergency use. I'd use the VHF in the cabin for that there, which has the antenna all the way up to the top. Alright, well thanks for watching folks. I'm sure there'll be some new videos coming up soon. I've got some more stuff ordered from Aliexpress, my wee favourite Saturday night shopping experience. Got more wee gadgets coming, including a solar powered version of the wee AIS jobby I had, which is about 40 quid. So if you click like and subscribe and notify, you'll hopefully get a notification on that there. Otherwise, I hope to see you all again soon. Cheers, thanks for watching, bye.